we are jumping back on into Chapter 4 of the Artifact of the Tomb. But a little bit before we get started, just a couple brief announcements. If you haven't seen the rest of these, never fear, this is actually a really great place to kind of jump on in. As well as make sure to check it out in YouTube, which will be linked in the description down below if you're in the past or in the future and on YouTube, or !YouTube if you're in my chat. But that has the rest of this mini campaign, as well as there's several other mini campaigns that have been ran in this era, in this world. So that's like the main thing that I got to say, but I do want to also tell you that if you want to play a campaign such as this one, there's some information coming about that soon, so make sure to stay posted. I'll be releasing a little bit of a blurb announcement, a little bit of a video announcement at some point, as well as information's always available in my Discord. So check that out. But I think that's all it for announcements. So I think that we are, another thing to note, there are some special channel point redemptions. So just make sure that you have your eyeballs on this, as well as, if you are in chat with us, we do not verbally respond in chat, but all of the players are in chat with you, and they will type respond, so feel free to continue to talk there. Cool. There we go. That's all my announcements now. So I'm going to give us a little bit of a brief recap, and by brief I mean Zari level recap, which is always super long, and we are going to dive back on in to session 4. So, the last we saw our adventurers. They were on the trail of the Naku Bandits, following their guild's mission that was given to them to track down the missing artifact stolen by Naku. Andy Eirwin, who is a pretty famous and influential leader in Rosewick, had employed their guild, Kimber's Pride, to follow the location he had extracted from a captured bandit, but it led only to the Naku Bandits' trial for entry, come to find out later, as well as a map. The group stopped back in Vekasasha, checked in with their guild, resupplied, got some much needed rest, and had a meeting with their patron Eirwin. So he gave an additional bonus, offered additional bonuses to you if you confirmed Naku's death and scattered or killed the bandits, as well as the original mission, which was procuring the artifacts that she stole from him. You set out northwest towards the location on the map and equipped yourselves to appear like a traveling band, ripe for being victims of some banditeering. However, an unknown tie from the Escarosa family, whose cart you had borrowed, and the unfortunate isolation of this not path led these bandits to ambush your ambush for their ambush. The group met Alara Naku, the daughter of the famed bandit and current leader of the group, and convinced her that they were there to discuss matters and possibly join the bandits. Threatened in a keep your friends close but enemies closer way, she invited you back to the camp for the continuation of the trials. A little mini festival with tests so that she could gauge your abilities, totally just for the purpose of joining the bandits, and definitely not because she didn't trust you. There, you met her two generals, Brennar Stonefist, a very gruff orc fighter, the protective type, and Lyra, a bubbly and snarky gnome bladesinger wizard. Several interesting festival activities ensued, including a ropes course, a three-legged race, a storytelling contest, and finally, a shared moment with some special alcohol and a private conversation with you guys and the generals. There, Alara revealed that she had guessed why you had come. Eirwin and the artifact. Convinced that you weren't going to slaughter her found family of bandits, she told you of Andy Eirwin's nature, a history of embezzling, enchantment magic to get his way, lots of poisoning people who got a little too close, as well as a proof of corruption that ran deep, that he was more than what he seems, as her mother had shared. Naku had indeed stolen his artifact, a very powerful thing with Feywild ties, just like her, to protect the people of Rosewick from him, but it had cost her her life. She had been hit with a poison that their efforts had only been able to suppress, and then begged her daughter to take her north to a hidden space. Carrying the artifact, the two of them traveled where the forest and terrain grew weird. Strange creatures, things growing backwards, and Enga had told Alara how to open the gate for her. She told her that this was an entrance to the Feywild, the very one that she had emerged from years ago, and that it should be protected at all costs. Enga Naku would give up her dying body to help the magic stabilize for a bit longer and protect the artifact. Alara swore at her mother's behest that she would never enter and never give out the password. She said goodbye, overcome by grief, and waited for her mother to emerge again, fighting the promise that kept her from entering. She implored your group to retrieve the artifact so that she could use it to continue her mother's legacy and take down Eirwin once and for all. The group, after a brief showdown with each other and a little bit of a debate, decided that they trusted her story and that Eirwin should not get the artifact, but that they weren't positive if giving it to her to fight fire with fire was the best way to go about it. They agreed to retrieve it, continue their mission, and bring it back to their guild for guidance and to share the documents on Eirwin's supposed crimes against Rosewick. For the time being. And this is where we pick up. The dark night sky above you, stars peeping through the canopy of trees. You just finished a good-natured showdown between Clear and Lyra, returning to Alara's cabin, where you can camp for the evening in the main space. She has disappeared upstairs, and the other two generals have disappeared out the door. And so, the space is yours. What would you like to do? Is there any conversations that you wish to have before you go to bed?
Honestly, I think that Leaf would probably just get ready for bed, do a few prayers, and then go to sleep. Things went pretty well today.
All right. And the rest of you?
I think Tustin's just kind of like writing and taking notes on everything that happened, because he's, this whole thing is still kind of like fangirl for him. It's like, well, this is way too cool of like stuff. So he's like, I don't want to forget stuff. So he's probably taking some notes.
Okay.
And then probably gonna hit the sack too. So.
All right.
Winnie is going to head to bed unless Lear has anything to say to him, because they kind of, I don't mean that in a bad way or anything, just if there's something that he feels like needs to be hashed out before bed.
Yeah,
just because
don't go to bed angry at your lover. Oh wait, wrong thing.
No. Anyway, Clear is pretty fine as he is.
Okay.
Just has to let off a bit of steam. We had the little fight with the short stack earlier. We're all good.
Alright, just wanted to make sure.
All right, Pearlin, anything for you?
No, just gonna be heading to bed myself.
Okay, so as you all venture to sleep, it's modest accommodations. You're kind of posting up in her living room, essentially, so having a little bit of a slumber party in your own bags. But it's cozy, it's very warm, and you are able to find your evening's rest. Are you setting any watches or anything, or are you trusting the space?
I mean, even if the top brass is accepting us for now, they are bandits, and if we're not accepted but accepted, we might get pickpocketed or something. So, what do you guys think?
I'm gonna remind you that Alara is in the building with you, so she's literally like up the ladder.
I'll trust it for now. But I am going to be a bit more alert while I'm trying to go to sleep.
Okay.
I think Tustin goes full in sleep. He doesn't. I've bought into the group at this point, so I don't think he's worried about them messing with him.
Alrighty. Well, keeping a little ready just in case. A little bit of an eye open, but not setting watches. You all find your evening's rest, and the Naku Bandits camp. And with that, everyone has leveled up to level 10.
Whoa.
Thank you. And so we are going to take a brief moment and just kind of share a little bit of what's...
Nick.
Thank you. We are going to share a little bit about just like one thing that your character got that in this level up that you're really excited about. So, let's start with Leaf. What did you get that you're excited about? What did you take your level in? Because most everybody is a multi-class here.
Yeah, so the way that I started him out was actually Barbarian into Monk, and that goes with the backstory too. So he was a level 3 Barbarian, level 6 Monk. But now, because we don't have we're doing regular rules that is written for ASIs, I've taken the 4th level of Barbarian, so just some extra health, an increase in strength, as well as wisdom.
Nice.
And a decent bit of extra HP between, the average plus tough. So 9 extra HP, so we're at 110 now.
Nice. Very good. Okay, what about you, Lear?
Lear is a very... even though he's a lot covered up, he definitely is very well defined in sense of not like big muscles, but like he definitely takes care of his body. So he's actually very more conscious of health, things like that, and his constitution's actually gone up in the past couple of days, as well as he's learned a few new spells. Also, I've took a level in sorcerer.
Okay. Nice. Very good. I'm excited to see those new spells. And Perlin, what did you get in this level up?
Well, I took another level in Ranger, which gives me the ability. Well, it gives me advantage and saves against being charmed and frightened. And if a creature within 120 feet of me succeeds one of those saves, I can make another creature within that range make a save against me of the same type.
Awesome. Trick it back at them. I love that. Very fitting. Okay, and what about you, Tustin? What did you get?
I went with 5th level in Rogue, so I got a bump to my sneak attack damage and uncanny dodge. I figured he's been dancing around, now he's got the moves to get the hell out of the way of damage.
And
so
honestly, that's kind of fitting considering you're surrounded by a couple of rogues right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty, and what about, last but not least, Wenya? What did you get in this level up, and where did you put it?
I put it into a 4th level into Paladin, and I took the Martial Adept feat.
Okay.
With Wenya's background in Capoeira, he's going to be doing sweeping attacks now, and his stature is a very menacing presence. Let me just put it that way.
Love.
So, going to be using attempting to use Frightened as often as possible.
Okay, that's going to be really fun. Alrighty, and so with that, your evening rest comes to an end, and you're all awoken by a smell wafting through the camp. It smells like Peter has gotten rolling on breakfast. He seems to be one of the main cooks in the camp, as well as you just hear a little bit of a moving around, and Alara, the more perceptive of you, notice that Alara is kind of like sneaking through. Not like super stealthy, she's not trying to be, but she's being quiet and like walking through, and she seems to be holding some sort of cup of a steaming liquid as she slips out the door, smiling softly at whoever's sleepily blinking at her. But it seems that the space is yours. You all have completed a successful rest. You can check your pockets and see if anything's missing.
I checked my pockets.
Nothing's missing.
Yes. What
Yeah,
place
as long as
Oh,
as long as everything is still there, I'm
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah, they did not steal from you. As far as you can tell.
They're so good at stealing, they stole your perception.
I love
Damn, they
that.
stole my glasses.
My eyes! No.
My glasses, my
Okay.
cabbages.
So you all gather yourselves, prepare for the day. If you want to go find a little clearing for those who are a little bit more religiously conscious to take a moment to gather yourselves in nature, in the private, that is available to you. And there's delicious food spread out. It looks like they kind of went a little bit all out because people are likely going to be a little bit hungover. So there's some fantasy pancakes and biscuits and gravy and like lots of bacon. Tons of bacon, as well as a potato hash that looks amazing and a bunch of eggs. So, huge spread of food. It seems that these people are very adept at providing a bunch of stuff for a whole group of 30 some odd people to be fed.
So Winya is actually going to go and try to find that clearing. Just for reference, when he has space, his communion with his god is also through capoeira.
Mm-hmm.
So he basically does his prayer through the dance.
Love it. So you take a little bit of space and run through your dance, and it warms up your body as well as your mind. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Say 17.
Okay. Okay, you notice, kind of out of the corner of your eye, that there's someone in a tree kind of just keeping an eye on you. And they're not, like, intruding, but you're not quite sure who it is, but there is definitely a figure in a tree kind of keeping an eye.
Okay. After I'm done, I'll look up at them and wink.
Okay. I would say, like, once you actually give it your full attention, you can tell that it's Lyra. And she's just kind of, like, leaning against, sitting on a branch and leaning against and just, like, watching. And she just smiles at you. You head back to the camp. And after a couple of minutes when you're, like, gathering breakfast, she kind of skips in. And makes herself
hello.
known. Oh, are you seeking her out to talk?
Oh, no, you said she skips in. I thought you meant like she skipped in, like got in line in front of me. Or
Oh,
like...
no. Just in general.
Apologies.
No, you're good. You can go talk to her if you want to.
I'm not going to seek her out.
Okay. Cool. Anyone else doing anything this morning that they wish to make known?
Regular rituals, make sure I'm well groomed, hair's nice to take care of, I'm all covered, I'm oiled up, all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The oil up part.
Leaf would have been out early, just outside of camp, probably punching and kicking trees.
Solid. Actually, after a little
I
while...
hope so, otherwise they'd break.
Damn it. After a little while, Renar, actually comes and joins you and, like, starts running through a series of, like, sword forms, like, near you. Not, like, in your space, you definitely have enough room, but it seems that you found, like, kind of the training area, and so he joins you in that endeavor.
Nice.
Okay. As you kind of all come together, your morning rituals done and handled, you are sought out by Alara, who looks very spry and chipper, and has a very similar but different, like, elaborate braid going on that she seems to always be wearing. And she'll walk up to you all and just kind of say, "Good morning. I'm glad you are enjoying my camp's hospitality. So, as agreed upon, we're taking a little bit of a trip, yes?"
We're going on a trip.
No.
Yup.
Bad.
Sharp.
So,
Ja.
it's roughly 3 days north from here. So, if there's anything that you need that we can provide to you, let it be known, and otherwise, I'd rather leave sooner than later. It's going to be myself you all and my 2 generals.
A personal tent would be nice.
Do you not
Remember, I
have
have-
a tent?
I have tiny hut, so we'd be using that.
A personal tent would be nice.
All
Okay.
right.
Just more of the bacon. If we could bring some of that, that would be wonderful.
Oh, and wine if you have it.
I could do without so much wine. Dustin's very hungover, so.
Do you two just want them to bring a fully furnished camp with us?
Yes.
I mean, that would be nice if they could.
Are you all
Just 'cause
not
we're on an
used to
adventure.
roughing it?
Oh no, I'm used to roughing it. It's just if you have the option of niceties, why would you not partake?
You know,
If you've not, make sure that's the right word.
He's what they call a refined gentleman.
you know, I get it. I mean, I've lived here the whole time, and like, I wouldn't mind a nice perfume now and then.
Maybe. Hold on, do I have the right spell for this? Yes, I do. Maybe I can. And I press it to say some nice smelling fragrance.
Well, thank you, good sir. For that, I will make sure that we have a spare tent as well as extra bacon. I am actually a pretty good cook.
Yes.
Alrighty, well, I guess be ready to take off in about 30 minutes. And she goes
30 minutes
to
should be fine.
gather all of the things, and you watch as it seems that the rest of the bandit camp seems to be going about their regular day. Brennar is like picking up a huge pack, like a massive pack. He is kind of their pack mule a little bit. And the other 2 girls are procure their items, weapons, and they are armed to the teeth. And so they kind of meet you at a clearing on the north side of the camp, and you are ready to take off. Okay. So with this, we are going to go into a little bit of a travel montage. And for the sake of things, I'm just going to glide through a bit of it. We will still do like stops and checks and give you guys a chance to conversate if you so choose. So please just stop me if there's something that you would like to do or investigate. Alrighty. So with that, it's roughly 3 days straight north towards the mountains, and the trees are growing taller and larger around you. The smell of pine and rock mixed with the occasional bubbling brook are fresh on the wind. Your 3 companions are very handy along the way. Alara is a fantastic guide. She knows the area like the back of her hand, leading you effortlessly through the forest and stalking almost silently the whole time. The orc Brennar is quiet, both in movement and words, but extremely effective. He moves trees effortlessly at Alara's direction and is the first to step in line of potential danger. Lyra, on the other hand, alternates between a bundle of deliberately loud energy and extremely playful quietness. She seems to be very intelligent, and she playfully banters with all of you and Alara, and seems to be throwing quips constantly at Brennar. And so the first day passes very easily. It's next to one of these bubbling brooks that you kind of find a little bit of a space, and you settle in for the night. The tent that you requested, as well as another couple tents, are procured and kind of set up, as well as a campfire and some really delicious food. Alara kind of goes out into the woods for a little bit and comes back with a couple of rabbits. Seems that she's very proficient at hunting. So Brennar goes to gather wood, and Pearlin and Tustin, both of you have like a stupidly high passive perception. You notice that Brennar goes to gather wood. After about 3 minutes, Lyra follows him.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Got it.
Do with that information, you
Gather
two.
wood.
I mean, they're gonna get them one in one way.
Listen, I'm sorry you had to go through this, my guy.
I think that's to one, yeah.
Lord.
Yeah. Well,
Eiffel
means
Tower.
Charles.
I'm used to it.
Hey.
That's sad. I'm
There's
so
still a
sorry.
Who knows? They may want a third.
It'd be a very small letter H.
Anyway,
Power, you hold hands.
God damn it. All right.
I hate it here already. Anyway,
Is there anything that you wish to do that evening? Any conversation that you wish to have?
Let's see. Brunar, right?
Brenar.
That's the orc.
Yes. It's Brennar, sorry. You were close.
Brunar. Okay, thank you. And what kind of weapon has he been carrying this whole time again?
You see he's kind of armed to the teeth with a butt ton of swords. So he has, you're not very arcane oriented, so you don't know necessarily if any of them are magical, but you do notice that he has several scimitars as well as several daggers.
I was about to say, this man has dragons?
Yep, he just carries
Dragons.
dragons.
Pseudo dragons, maybe.
I didn't know that was on the table of stuff to carry. I would have
I know,
definitely
right?
gone with dragons.
Are you sure they don't carry him?
Right?
Also, a follow-up. Did you say he's often sort of brooding kind of quietly?
Yeah, and it's not brooding as per just like he's
Just
quiet. He's a
right.
little gruff, and he's just watching. And you're not necessarily sure.
He ever really goes, or does he like? That's a lot of weapons to just be going clattering around.
A lot of damage.
Curious.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that, Joey. You kind of were.
Sorry,
mumbling.
like with all the weapons, is he like clinking and clattering around when he moves through the
Oddly
brush, or
enough,
is he actually quiet?
No, he's pretty quiet.
Okay.
Like, he's very quiet. And you kind of, I'll just give this to you because you're observing him. As you kind of like look at, actually make a perception or investigation check. You'll get different information for each as you're kind of sizing up this opponent.
Well, let's see. 18.
18?
Mhm.
Okay. So as you're kind of like looking at him, you notice that all of his weapons are wrapped. So like he has them all in sheaths and they seem to be like felt lined, and they're made specifically to not give off noise. And so like he's wearing leather armor and everything is oiled perfectly, and like it looks like it's at good places to grab and throw or to grab and use and wield. And it's all very like, while he does have a silent strength around him, he also seems to be very nimble.
Mm. Well, I think at some point while we're traveling, Leaf would sort of walk up to Brennar, right? Quite an impressive assortment of weapons you carry.
Hmm.
I notice you, even while you do, that you're still quite quiet.
Yeah, gotta move quietly in the woods to not scare off the animals and the people we're stalking.
So I'm curious, do you carry all these weapons for different occasions, or just to suit what you're feeling for the day?
Depends on what I need.
Well, if you want a weapon wherever you go, I'm sure you know the 2, 4, or maybe more that I'm thinking of. And he sort of like gently cracks the knuckles on one of his hands. You keep up on that way too?
I can. Pretty good at it.
Look at
But I
give him a nod.
But I find that, and he kind of motions towards both his scimitars across his back. He has like 2, like this. He goes, I find that I'm do a little bit more with these.
Every weapon has its place. And he'll sort of nod to the bundle that he carries. which you'd see some sort of like wrapped up javelins, mostly for hunting when I feel like I'm skulking around too much to catch them with my bare hands.
Understand.
Aside from that, we probably just keep on walking with the rest.
All right.
He's a quiet fellow, so usually.
Yeah.
While we're talking about Brennar, how often have I caught him glaring at me for the jokes that I made?
Roll an insight check.
Okay. That is a 7.
Okay. You don't catch him glaring at you per se. You don't notice him glaring, as more of just like he's watching everything. So.
Alright.
It doesn't seem that he seems to like mind from what you can tell.
I was gonna make a joke there, but I'll be good.
Okay. Anyone else that they want, anything that they want to do during the day, during travel, or during the evening as you come to rest?
I mean, I imagine throughout the travel, Clear is bickering with the short stack, going, no, well, if you did this, I can do this in response and beat you that way. Going back and forth over our battle.
Oh,
God damn
she
it.
is absolutely engaging. And just like the smugness of like, yeah, you say that, but nah.
Those two little kids in the
You can't-
playground. No,
you can't just
get
go-
past my attack blocking shield.
Yeah, that's straight up what's happening.
What do you mean, nah? It's literally, that's how it works. You can't just, you have to give me a reason why it won't work that way.
The
Well-
fuck you mean, nuh-uh?
Well, I mean, I already proved myself. I'm the one who won.
No, I won last time, remember? You gave up.
Meh, maybe.
What do you mean, meh?
She just
What?
misty steps away and like turns and grins at you like she knows that it drove you crazy.
Oh, I'm about to fight this one again. Oh, I'm about to move my name.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Fucking nerds.
She's absolutely egging you on.
Well, I'm going to make a name for myself here.
Oh my god.
Wow, what a reference. And so
We are
like,
so ADD tonight.
We are, but that's
Yep.
okay.
Anyway,
I think Tustin is just watching Alara as much as he can without like trying to like let anybody see he's like watching her the whole time. Like he's just like wants to see how she works through the forest, because you said she's like a prolific guide. She's really good at getting us A to B.
Mhm.
So he's kind of taking all of that in, and he's going to be taking physical and mental notes about like writing like a story or a poem or something for her. But you can tell he's distracted. Like his friends can probably be like, he's thinking about stuff. He's definitely thinking about her, and he's really not even paying attention to where we're going.
Okay.
That's actually why I rolled a perception.
Yeah, no need. You guys
Not
know.
one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will just give it to you guys. You can tell. And, Tustin, do me a favor, just for the sake of it. Are you trying to hide it from her as well? Because she doesn't know you as well.
From her, yes.
Okay.
From everyone else, I'm oblivious to what they're seeing.
So go ahead and roll me a deception check.
I don't have advantage, so 23.
Okay, I'm gonna roll this openly.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You will notice that she takes notice of you and what you're doing, and you get just like a little smile, and then she continues and she does her own thing. She's not gonna let you get in her way. That's kind of the vibe
Oh, yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
But she can. I mean, she already kind of knew that you have a little crush on her, but she's just making more notes of it. Roll me. I will say you can do 2 perception checks to kind of, if you want to get a little bit more information about who she is and what she does.
Sure. Let's do those. Let's do this normal. Alright, perception 1 is a 12. I'm probably flustered. And then the second one, it's also a 12, still flustered.
Okay.
I have a plus 10 to perception. I'm just I rolled 2 2s.
I mean, it's not the worst you can roll.
Yeah.
You're right.
I will let you know that what you do notice is that, I mean, you already kind of noticed that she is really, really great at going through the woods. She's super fast at it. You're moving a little bit faster than you would think that your group should move. She's very good at tracking and is also just very good. She, at one point, takes a moment to talk with an animal, straight up.
Ranger shit, I swear to God.
As well as the fact that, like, she can climb like nobody's business.
Ranger shit, I swear to God.
So, and you actually watch as at one point she climbs and she, like, leaps through trees to get ahead of you. So. And, like, goes a little bit further than a normal person would be able to go. So.
I like it.
Yeah. And after we're done, I will show you guys their character sheets because it's pretty cool. I was proud of this build. Alrighty. So with that, your first day has come to an end. Your evening is relatively... You set up a watch system. You have your tiny hut. They also have a tiny hut that they kind of have set aside a little bit. So you're... like, those 3 are in one, and then you guys can choose how you go about your tiny hut. But I will tell you that nothing seems to happen in the evening other than the typical animals, and they will split watches with you guys. So, you rise on the second day, and it continues to go as you begin to climb hills. The forest is dense and untamed. At about another half a day, you begin to start to see weird signs. A phosphorus mushroom here. An overly large flower over there, hanging out of a pine tree of all things. At about this afternoon break, on the second day, Alara points out a flower that seems to be really odd. And you actually watch, she like stops you and makes you watch, and you watch as it regresses. The flower folds back in on itself. Grows down to become a short stem, and by the time you leave the clearing, it's gone back into the ground, growing backwards.
Ooh.
So, as you settle in for your second night, is there anything you wish to do other than the usual, or any more information from your companions you wish to glean?
Well, one thing I'd be curious about, is that the only plant we've seen doing that so far? Or have there been others?
It starts to pop up here and there. So that was one that she specifically pointed out to you, and you see 1 or 2 more throughout the day, as well as a couple more of the phosphorus mushrooms or the flowers that like just don't quite belong. You actually spy off into the distance just a random ass patch of snow. Like, it's not quite time for it to snow even in this region, and there's just a random patch of snow.
Here's one. I'd like to see if anyone's hair has been growing or receding while we're here.
Okay.
Oh God.
Go ahead and roll me an This would be perception or investigation. You just might get something different.
I feel like he's just kind of been observing. Okay. He's not going to be actively looking into it. No measuring sticks. 20?
So with the 20, you don't notice anything along that line. So it's evidently not affecting you guys in the way that you're thinking it would. People aren't aging faster or aging slower or things growing weird from you all. And roll me a nature check. Or Arcana. You can pick one of the 2.
Nature or... Okay. They are both the same, so Alan?
Okay, so nature makes a little bit more sense for your character in my brain. With an 11, you don't know, like, the specificities of magic like this, but you get the sense that, like, things that soak in the nature around them are going to be affected by it, right? Like, if there's a curse in the land or a bad mushroom in the area, the other plants are going to be affected. Something passing through that's not taking in the nutrients of this area constantly is not going to be as affected. So you can kind of draw that conclusion how you will. Like, you would need to live here for a while before it maybe starts having an effect on you.
Well, we found a way to immortality, I guess. Possibly. Have to stick around for a few decades. Cool. I'm good.
All right. So as you settle in for the second night, much of a similar situation. The group kind of goes off to their normal duties. Alara comes back this time with a... It's odd. She comes back and she's just holding on, like, a longer stick. Like, essentially a deer carcass, but she's already, like, taking care of it. And it was very quick, honestly. Like, the fact that she hunted a deer, took care of everything, and brought it back just the bits that she wanted. So, go ahead.
I think I'd ask about that then. Now they're like,
Dear God.
oh, now, what's up? How did that happen?
I hunted it. How do you think it happened?
Well, that's why I'm asking.
You didn't
That's a little
talk to it
crazy.
first, did you?
No. But I mean, even if I did, it's an animal that's in the woods.
Well, I'm not questioning that you hunted it. It's just, it's like, but like it looks like. Did you do all that out? Where's the rest? Like, I'm just.
She grins a little bit and gives you a little bit of a smirk. Well, I'm good at what I do. It would be kind of rude to butcher a full animal in front of guests now, wouldn't it? And so I took care of things out in the wood. I left the rest of the carcass at a good space for other animals to partake in if they so desire. Return to the earth.
He kind of like balls up his fist and puts his chin on it. He's like, "Aw, that's actually really cool. I didn't think about that way. Nice." And then he just goes and turns away, probably red in the face a bit. But yeah.
Go ahead and make an insight check for me, because this is funny.
I'm gonna give myself disadvantage against her.
Okay.
Just saying. 11.
Okay, here's the thing. I rolled horribly,
Oh, nice.
but her stat is a plus 11.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a little just, like, too infatuated and too flustered to, like, ding her reaction there.
I'm just like, it's like cool forest bandit like leader stuff. I wouldn't understand.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, that's cool shit.
Anyone who has a passive insight over 15 would...
Nope.
Or sorry,
21.
14. Okay, so Pearlin,
No.
you
Oh,
actually
14.
Yeah, 14. Sorry, I did the math wrong. I rolled a 3.
Got it.
So if you have a passive insight over 14, you would just peg just like a little bit of like a like kind of surprised look on her face, and then just like the tiniest little bit of like a flush for just a brief moment. She's like, "Oh, someone respected what I do and noticed it and like thinks it's cool," and like that's kind of the vibe you get. So, she liked the recognition. Alrighty. Anything else as you come to your second night's rest?
Tent.
Yeah, all of the things. So the third morning dawns, and she lets you know, as you guys are kind of getting up, just letting you know, I think that we'll probably get there in the evening, this evening. So I would recommend that we camp outside before you go in so that you're fresh in the morning, and we will remain outside as you explore. If that is okay with you all.
It's fine by me.
Because we'll get there
Sounds good to me.
about an hour after sundown if we leave now.
That's smart. I don't want to go into there with whatever's inside there in the dark. If we can have a little sunlight, that'd be good.
I agree. And from what it looks like, it seems to be some sort of cave. So... yeah. Alrighty. And so with that, you continue on your third day. And continue to walk. And you're seeing a lot more of these canopy of trees turn to pine trees and evergreen trees. The air grows clearer and the elevation is increasing. You start to see more and more of these really weird pieces of nature. You actually watch as like a squirrel walks up to Alara and like runs between her legs like a dog and then like takes off in the other direction, and she looks like very confused, like the fuck? And more of these like large huge flowers, and like you actually see a gigantic mushroom off in the distance, like growing half out of a pine tree, and it just does not look like it belongs in this environment. But it's about halfway through the day, as you're stalking through the forest, that Alara perks up a little bit. And you see just like her looking off in the distance, and she puts a hand up and you watch her jaw grind. And she's very visibly on edge.
What's going on?
I hear something.
Great.
There's something stalking us. Things.
I'll use my divine sense.
Will you display that for me so that I can see what you all sense? Pearlin and Tustin, with your passive perceptions, you start to begin to hear something too, or sense something too, although it's a little bit far off, so you can't quite get a sense of what it is.
It's just the base. It's Celestial Fiend or Undead.
Okay,
Basically, it's the same one that you have.
Okay. So with Celestial Fiend or Undead within 60 feet, you can't quite tell. You don't sense anything. And you're not sure if that's because they're not within 60 feet or if they're not any of those.
Okay.
And she kind of motions and she goes, there's a clearing, like, right here. Let's get there, get some space, and see what's stalking us.
Follow her
Either
lead.
way.
So you go into this clearing. Several of you have hands on your weapons paying attention. Pearlin and Tustin, it's not long before you begin to hear it now. You hear soft footpads, a slight rustling. And it's not from just one direction, it's all around, and it's circling and it's coming closer.
Uh-oh.
And Alara kind of like puts her back towards you guys and like faces a different way. I think that they're circling all around. I don't think this is going to be a typical woodland creature. This feels a lot nastier. And because oh, go ahead.
Have you ever been in this situation before? Like,
No.
do you know what it is?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
And because you guys have such a high passive perception and Alara rolled really well, I'm going to drop you on the map ahead of time, and you can have a moment to prepare. And Alara will, did it work? It did not work. There we go. Alara will scale a tree with just like very deftness and is perching up in there. Okay. And with that, you take your moment to prepare. Is there anything that you wish to do? Any things that you wish to cast in your preparation? You have, I would say, about the equivalent of 6 to 12 seconds.
So one round.
Let's.
I cast Speak with Animal,
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
and I will. I don't know how it's going to come out. What do you want? Is there something we can do for you?
Okay, you're saying that. Cool. I'm gonna let the rest of them prepare before we resolve that. Anyone else doing anything?
I cast invisibility on myself.
Okay. You actually watch as Alara, who had scrambled up a tree, disappears as well.
Gotcha,
I think I'm good. We'll just get ready.
Okay, your prepared weapon out.
Yeah, his weapons are always out.
Same.
Okay.
Guns out, guns out.
Alrighty, and since you have not resolved anything else, I think we are going to move on with this. So, Wenya, you do get a response. But it's weird, because, like, it's animal-ish, but it's not. And it's like what other languages do you speak?
I speak Common and Primordial.
Okay. It's neither of those, but it's mixed with something else that you do not understand. And it's low and gravelly, and essentially what you get is you get a sense of... you were asking, like, what can we do for you, essentially, was your question?
Yeah.
You get the sense of food. Eat. Tear you to pieces. And with that, with these creatures coming into play, I think we are going to get ready and roll some initiatives, and I will start displaying some creatures.
No.
Oh, great.
Let's do it.
Anyway,
Of fucking course. Nine?
I got a 15.
I also got a 9. No, I didn't. I got a 6. I saw yours and got confused.
I have a +5 and I got a 9?
Okay, give me 1 second to finish positioning these suckers.
You have a +2 and I got a 6.
Just for the sake of ease, I'm going to display all of them. I will let you know that, unless your perception is passive perception is a 15 or higher, you do not see the ones who are fully in trees.
yes, Chef.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, hell.
Oh god, we fighting
Oh,
skin
great.
walkers?
Oh, it's cute dogs.
yo.
Definitely super cute
dogs.
dogs. Very cute dogs. So with this, you watch
Dog
as emerging from one of the trees, you watch as 1, 2, 3, a pack of wolves. But these wolves don't seem anything like the ones you've seen in the forest. They're larger, meaner, and off. They have matted brown fur, mangled and blackened limbs that are kind of see-through, as if part of their carcass is decaying away. But they're all reinforced with vines, oddly enough. Missing eyes and ears, and black ichor that drips from their jaws like saliva as they look upon their next meal. You are encircled. And so, with that, I'm going to roll some initiatives for my guys, because I was reading. Also, the music's really loud, and it's making it harder for me to think. There we go. Much
Turn the
better.
music up a little bit.
No. I need to fight you guys. I need to kill you all with my things. Okay.
You dogs.
My doggies. Okay.
What's the dog doing?
And
Shut up.
let me roll some initiatives for your companions. This would have been really fun had you not had, other people with you.
What happens when you have a party full of bards?
Okay, and so with that,
Board.
I'm going to sort. And here, let me just double check some initiative ties. Did my baddies come through? No, they did not.
The baddies?
I'm sorry. I'm spoken for. I don't need no baddies.
Joey, you're a baddie.
That's honestly that was a good one.
Ooh, Alara, you rolled horribly on initiative.
I know.
Oh. Thank you for that. Okay. We're going to do this, and then the North Pack has a different initiative. Just because I don't want you all to swarm my guys before they get a chance.
No, damn.
Okay, and so with that, Alara does win initiative ties. Anybody have a 13? Nope. Okay. So, with that, we are going to get rolling on some initiatives here. So, you have seen these things emerge. They are definitely aggressive, and, I mean, Wenya, you know that they are intending to make you their meals. Okay, so with that, Wenya, how are you acting?
Okay. I'm trying to figure that out, actually.
I know, this is actually one of the first, like, full combats you guys have done. You have talked your way or gotten out after one round out of all the other combat.
Just two.
For those of y'all around, when you'll see the tattoos going down his arms start to fade into that purple again as he activates his Eldritch Claw tattoos and just walks up. Actually, walks here. Because tattoo allows for a distance of 15 feet.
Okay.
So I can actually be here. And first attack. Where is my... There it is. Thank you. Ah, 7 damage on that one with an additional...
You gotta roll to hit first, bud.
Oh, good lord, I thought I did.
You're good. Which one are you?
I hate D&D Beyond.
You're
I will just
this
tell you
one.
that.
Yeah, I use roll 20 for everything. So.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
It's an 11.
Okay, 11 misses.
Believe.
And
Okay.
so, actually, as you lash out, your claws kind of aren't used to a creature that's like half decayed, and you just go straight through the rib cage there.
Oh, great.
Yep. And anything else? You have a second
Then I'll
attack?
go after that one. $17.
That definitely hits.
4, 6 plus...
You said this one to your left.
Yeah, I was gonna... An additional d6 of force. So for 6 bludgeoning with an additional 4 force.
Okay. All of it seems to do normal damage as you manage to find purchase with this one, and it lets out a yelp, and then its eyes turn to you. It has clocked you. Bonus action or anything else? Or your bonus action was your tattoo?
Bonus action was the attack. If I can use the... if I can still use Speak with Animal.
Yeah, you're still concentrating on it.
Okay. We may be a meal, but it'll be a fight. That is all.
Okay. Alrighty, so, next is Leaf with Tustin on deck.
Alrighty. Let's see. So you attack this one. Alright. Leaf is going to start moving to try and intercept. stop them from pushing in on us. If he does get flanked, at least it's him. But he'll start by raging. So as bonus action, rage, and then...
Does your rage
he's
look
gonna start
any different than normal, or does anything happen?
than normal. Honestly, I mean, you guys kind of see him change his stance as the enemies arrive. And he looks... It's a weird blend between the feral beast and the disciplined martial artist.
Beautiful.
And he's going to go in for an unarmed strike with the Manifest Blow, which is the first one.
Okay, 21 definitely
Yeah,
hits.
Right, and then an additional d6 for the first attack. Not very much extra, but there we go.
Okay, so 13
So
total damage. Cool. Go for your second one before we say what all happens here.
Absolutely. And here we go. This time without the Manifest Blow. 25.
Definitely hits.
For 8.
Okay.
Kind of bringing in first with, he's going to go with a crazy upward front snap kick before bringing it down and turning that into an axe kick. So
Okay.
hitting roughly the same spot twice.
Beautiful. And as you do, you watch as just like matted fur like drops and there's like ichor around it, and like some sort of worm thing jumps out of it and wriggles away, and it's really gross. Okay, bonus action. Oh, that was to rage.
That was
Beautiful. Okay, Tustin is up with my baddies on deck.
Okay, so he kind of gauges the situation, sees his friends start to engage stuff, and he's like, all right, I gotta do the same. Still invisible, he will pick up the pace and run towards the one back here. So bonus action is to dash.
Okay.
And then he will get up here. He's still, as far as I can tell, unseen, so he's gonna try to attack this thing and just give it a good hit real quick.
Okay, did you cast regular invisibility?
Yep, just
Okay.
straight up invisibility. Yep. If he can use magic as a shortcut, he does. So.
Valid.
Okay. So I'm gonna pull River while I'm running, and I will go ahead and kind of get behind the side of the tree and then poke around and try to get it in the head if I can. So, shall see. I would have advantage because it doesn't see me, right?
Correct. Because you were invisible.
I'll take the 26 then.
Solid, very smart.
Yeah. And that is a total of 20 points of damage, 9 piercing, 11 sneak.
Mhm, mhm.
I'm no longer invisible.
All right, and
I'll-
as
I'm in danger.
go ahead.
I'm gonna kind of like use the tree stump like to try to put myself in between it and me as best I can, maybe getting a little cover, but that's about it.
Okay, sounds good. As you stab your sword kind of in its side, you pull it back out and it's covered in this gross stuff. And you can smell it from here. It smells like these things are decaying.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, with that, it is time for my north baddies. So these 5 up here are going to act. This one is going to move here, and it opens its mouth and spits out in a 15-foot cone. So I think that is going to get... Oh, that's too far. Yeah, I think Lyra just misses you, so it gets you and Perlin.
Oh! Thank God.
Go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw.
I'm good at these.
And this is against me, charmed or frightened.
No.
I'm not good at these. I rolled a
21.
with a +7.
Okay, so, I didn't pull out dice, so we're gonna just do this. So, you guys take, Wenya, you take a total of 20 cold damage and an additional 6 poison damage. And it's weird, as it opens its mouth, you would expect, like, yes, there's black ichor that comes out, but it also breathes out just cold and ice as it, like, comes around you, and you take the brunt of it, and you kind of shield Pearlin a little bit. So, Pearlin, you only take half. You take 10 cold and 3 poison.
Worth.
Oh no, I'm dying.
And
Oh, die.
this one is going to... Okay, I'm gonna just put a little mark that he used his breath. This one is going to actually come over here.
Okay.
And actually, no, he's gonna encircle and he's going to bite at you.
Yep.
Hang.
Counter argument. Knock
Hi.
knock.
That's a 23 to hit.
That
Hey,
hits.
Kylie.
What?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Wolf.
That is
Why not
fucking
wolf howl?
stupid.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna make a wisdom saving throw as Pearlin tries to block this. I'm so.
I didn't mean wolf. I meant howl for the word for that. by the way.
Okay. Okay. That is an 8.
Nope.
So you it's so funny. And actually, Wenya, you hear this. I don't know if you still speak with animals, but for the sake of the story you do, the wolf stops mid-bite and cocks its head and goes, "Who's there?"
That's fucking stupid, that.
Yeah.
And what was the rest of the knock-knock joke, Pearlin?
How will you know unless you answer?
I hate it. I love it. It's the best.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Alrighty, so you successfully negate that attack. Leaf, go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw as this one breathes on you.
Okay, sure thing. And then also, I mean, he can see this, so danger sense, yes?
Yes.
Alright, advantage then.
Okay, so with the 17, you do make it, so you take half. You take 9 cold damage and 4 poison damage.
Okay, so I take half of 9 cold damage and half of oh.
Oh yeah, that's
Interesting.
right.
Okay.
You're a frickin' bear
That is-
totem. This one's going to bite with pack tactics at you with advantage. That's a 24 to hit.
Is it pack tactics, or don't they have to be within 5 feet of each other?
No, within 5 feet of the creature.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
Alright,
24 to hit you.
yep, that'll hit.
So 16 piercing as it bites into you. Kind of catching your shoulder and coming up from behind.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Tustin, look at you.
You don't know nothing. I'm about to get hurt.
It's going to unleash its breath on you. So go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw.
I'm in
Dex.
danger.
Yes, it's a big danger maneuver. Dexterity saving throw. Fuck, a 10. I'm rolling on the bottom.
You do have
quarter of the dice.
inspiration from chat to impress your crush.
Let's do that. What is that, a D8, 6, 5?
No,
What
you
am
get
I
to
doing?
just completely re-roll a d20.
Oh, thank the Lord. Alright, let's do that. Alright.
Him.
I got worse. I got a 1.
Oh,
Fuck me. Dude.
So what happens is you put the tree in between you, and it just like breathes through the tree, and the tree starts to creak and fall, and you manage to dodge out of the way of the tree and into the hole of the breath attack. So that is going to be, I didn't actually roll it. Oh, you got so lucky. I rolled absolute garbage. absolute
Oh, I like-
garbage.
I like garbage rolls. That's good.
Yeah, so you take 5 cold damage. Oh, and I rolled really well there. And 16 poison damage.
I need to double check. Can I use that? Nope. I can't. But I can use Uncanny Dodge. So, when an attacker hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you. Do the whole damage or just one of the damage?
So, unfortunately, Uncanny Dodge does not encounter things where you, like, make saving throws. It's an attack to hit you. It's evasion that you could use against this. Do you have evasion?
Not yet. I think I get it at 7.
Okay. So, unfortunately, you can't use it for this effect.
Okay.
I feel bad, but it's okay. Okay.
Should feel bad.
I should. I should feel bad. My wolfies are going to kill. Alrighty. So it is Brennar's turn. Lear, you are on deck. You all watch as Brennar. Yeah, he's gonna kind of tank down here. He's gonna try to keep them split up after seeing what's happening where they're kind of teaming up. And he pulls out his scimitar, and immediately you actually watch as one of his other scimitars, he unleashes both of them, and one of his scimitar lights up in flames. And he goes to attack.
Hot.
With his first attack, and definitely hits. He does not get sneak attack, unfortunately. And then his second attack also hits and is flaming. And he does a total of 16, 17, 27 damage, including fire damage, which seems to have a normal effect on them. Okay. And that is... Actually, fuck it! He's gonna action surge. This is the time to do it. No, he's gonna save that, just in case. You never know. If he needs to get to someone.
Yeah,
You never know.
Charles, your competition for this girl is a fighter. He can action surge all night.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay, Lear with my 2 baddies on deck.
Okay, let's see. I don't think attacking that thing will be. Wait, what's the rule for flanking again? Is it large?
Yeah, you can
I can
flank
still
on these
flank?
creatures, yeah.
Alright, got to do here to make sure Winnie gets advantage next turn.
What?
8. So you get advantage next turn.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to attack him with my rapier.
Go for it.
I mean, I'm gonna be using about... Oh, 22.
Okay, 22 definitely hits.
Nice. First, that.
Okay.
So, 4, which isn't a lot.
Okay.
And I'm going to be using a bardic inspiration to make the psychic blades. So, 8 psychic damage.
Okay.
Hopefully that does anything.
Psychic
I am
damage
rolling
does
shit
seem to
today.
have a normal effect on them.
Okay. Unfortunately, that's gonna have to be my turn. Do I have... Please tell me I have like a bonus action or something. Bonus action, bonus action, bonus action. No, because someone is out of range, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So I have no bonus action.
Cool. So with that, you rush up and you stab your rapier in, and not necessarily doing as much physical damage, but you watch as this thing like spits out more ichor, definitely taking some mental damage. Okay. Lyra is going to... Oh, anything else that you want to do? Are you good there?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm doing math. Okay. Lyra goes into a blade song, and yeah, she's going to break out the big guns right away. So, hold on 1 second. Let me just check this. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go. This is gonna be great. Okay. She's gonna call out and say, focus down on the ones that you can. And is going to disappear into smoke, and she appears next to you, Tustin, and, does a shit ton of damage to this guy, disappears, and is going to, reappear again, and, next to you guys. Oh no, I lost her. Where'd she go?
Is she under Tustin?
She is under Tustin.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. She appears right here, stabs this one for a shit ton of damage. And then, don't make fun of me for my noises. And then, 17 does hit. These things seem to be pretty easy-ish to hit as you're watching her. And this one, you watch Lear as she stabs it and disappears. That this one seems to, like, not be looking good in front of you. I can choose up to 5 creatures. 1, 2, 3. I got 2 more. Boop and boop. Okay, so she appears next to this one. Leaf actually she does hit. Just kidding. A 14 does hit. And this one is barely, looking really rough, and then she finally ends up here. And this one is not been damaged yet. And takes quite a bit of damage. And yeah, that's Blade Song, and hold on, let me just check something. Was I smart? Was I smart? Boy, howdy, was I smart! She runs away, and it does not get an attack of opportunity against her.
Nice.
And she is going to go to here, seeing their cone breath. Alrighty, that is her turn. And in the tree, we have an invisible... Sorry, guys. This is super riveting, I know, to watch the DM run a bajillion characters, but that's what you get when you bring NPCs with you. So, in the tree, you just kind of hear, you just hear a noise, and it sounds like there's something kind of happening. Hold on, let me just check this. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. That's dumb. Oh, perfect. Okay. And a arrow sings out of the tree into the one right in front of you. And that is going to be 7 piercing, 12 fire...
Jesus
6
H.
radiant,
Christ.
and 4 sneak. So, that's a total of...
fucking damn it.
18, 19, 22,
29.
29, thank you. As an arrow sinks into this one. And then a second one follows shortly after. She tries to just kill it. Oh no! Wait, she has advantage because she's invisible.
Shoots me. Ah, God.
Because she's invisible. And this one is dead as it falls to the ground in a heap. Okay, and she is still invisible, and that is the end of her turn. And with that, it is my southern baddies coming up. Okay, this one is going to open his maw on Brennar, poor guy.
Nope, that's wrong thing.
Oh no, he did so bad. So he takes, why do I keep clicking this and nothing happens? Okay, there we go. Oh, he only takes 8 cold damage and an additional... 15. I don't know how to do math right now. My brain just froze. That was beautiful. 23 damage.
Whew.
And then these ones are gonna move in. This one moves forward and is going to attack him. He's tanking right now. For a 21 to hit, and he takes the 11 piercing damage, and he has to make a strength saving throw. And is not knocked prone, so he is good there. So this is where I really would like to have more screens than I do. This one's going to run forward but can't quite make it, but is going to open his maw and unleash it on Lyra, who definitely makes a dex saving throw and manages to dodge out of the way of quite a bit of this damage. Boop. And... oh, that's a good thing because I rolled real well. So that's 11 damage after everything's halved. She's not concentrating on anything, so she's good. Can it make it to you? Yeah, I can. Okay, so Tustin, this one's going to attack you, and it does have advantage because you are within 5 feet.
He just left the call.
Oh, rip.
Oh,
What happened?
I thought that was you that left, Nick.
No. I thought it was Archie that left because of the chat.
I'm not joking. I just rolled 2 nat 1s against him.
Nah, he's fine.
It's fine.
First one.
Hopefully
Which
he'll
is-
pop back
was
in a
amazing.
second. That was awesome.
Yeah,
Oh.
John said well, yeah, he's coming back.
Okay, sounds good. So, Pearlin, what would you like to do?
Well, gonna do ye old druid shit. Yeah. Even though I'm not a druid. And move up here through Wenya. Bonus action Shillelagh.
Oh, shillelagh.
Oh, shillelagh.
And attack number 1, we're gonna whack that wolf.
Whacked up.
That would be advantage flanking, correct?
Yes.
I always get thrown off with large creatures with the, oh god, really happy I had advantage.
It's okay, I rolled with advantage.
And I'm really happy I did because the other roll was a 1.
Oh gosh. Alright, an 18 definitely hits.
Alrighty, I'm gonna add on a d4 of psychic damage.
Okay.
And strike number 2.
Beautiful, beautiful.
That wants to fucking go, and thank you, I know I'm beautiful. If it wants to fucking go. And there we go, that'll be a 19 hit for 11 more damage.
Okay. How do you kill this creature?
Well, it's an affront to nature, so I want to try whacking its head off.
Okay, and actually that's what happens. You straight up, like, smack this guy's head, and you watch as the vines, like, disconnect on the first one, and you go straight for the same spot, and they fully tear apart as the head goes flying into the carcass of the next one that's already in a heap, and just, it's leaking black ichor. You start to see your shoes begin to bubble up a little. Anything else?
Let's see, that was 25 feet. I got 10 more. Just gonna step around this guy and get closer to the rest of the crew.
Okay. Beautiful. Alrighty.
Again, thank you.
One next round. Wenya with Leaf on deck.
Boop. Moving here.
You do have advantage.
Yeah, will a 28 hit?
Just a little bit.
I was one shy of a net 20.
I know.
God damn it.
Okay, go ahead and roll me some damage.
12 bludgeoning. And I'm going to cast this at 2nd level.
Okay.
Thunderous Smite.
Okay.
Okay.
So typically, if you're using it for this attack, you would have to declare it beforehand, but because
Sorry, I was not aware of that.
yeah, so the smite spells don't work like Paladin Smite, which I think is so dumb that they call it a smite. And so with the smite spells, you have to cast them and then maintain concentration, and they don't go off until you hit. So
Never mind, then I'll just use a second level spell slot for a smite then.
I was gonna let you just do it because
I mean,
you
okay.
don't play Paladins very often. So I'll let you take your bonus action ahead of time and cast that. So it's up to you and what you want to use.
So 12 bludgeoning and 8 thunder.
Okay. Does it do anything to the creature?
Let me read right
Because
quick.
there's a strength saving throw.
Pretty sure it's
Which I rolled a nat 1 on. Oh no, guys.
Okay, it must succeed a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from you and be knocked prone.
Okay, so
Oh no.
Leaf, this
Dang it.
barrels into you. Or here, let's do it.
Question.
What?
How sloped are these rocks?
They're pretty sloped. You can shove it up the rocks.
Okay.
I love the idea that
like-
it goes like
Careening.
ass over tea kettle up the rocks, and you actually like watch as some of the rock shards like burst off from the thunder damage, and it's laying prone up there. Beautiful.
Nice. Again, apologies, but
You're good.
that is all.
You still have another attack if you want to use it, don't you?
Thought I did. I don't.
You don't have 2 attacks per action?
No.
Oh.
6th level bard doesn't have it, and 4th level
Got
paladin
it.
doesn't have it.
Got it. Okay, sounds good. Leaf with Tustin on deck.
Okay. He's gonna start by which one of them? One of them bit me as well, right?
The one that's
So
right.
it's a little bit of a
The one that's prone up on the rock over here bit you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright. He'll start with the weakened one.
Both of them
Yeah,
are. The
start
one
with-
in front of you with a pink dot looks a little bit weaker. I'll give you that much.
He'll start there.
That definitely hits.
And manifest blow on top of that, because that's just how this goes. Okay. Yeah, 10.
Okay. So takes that damage as you punch into it. Go ahead. Keep going if you want to.
Okay. Absolutely. Just a straight punch for the first one, and then he'll come in with, let's see.
Oh! Beautiful.
Oh, this should not be advantage.
Oh.
I just realized I forgot to toggle that off
Oh.
from the dex saver.
Oh, you're
So
good.
don't get too high.
A 14,
14.
14 does still hit.
Okay, I'll just to save confusion, I'll roll it from the other one that wasn't critted. So
Okay.
13.
Okay, how do you kill this thing?
So the first one was just a straight jab, and then he's going to bring his elbow hard down on this thing, hopefully cracking bone and sending sinew flying.
Absolutely, that's what you do. And it like kind of dashes against the rock, and you hear just like the puppy like "Roar!" as it dies and perishes. And you watch as like slowly the vines start to unleash, and this thing starts to unravel, and bones just fall apart onto the ground. You still have your bonus action?
Yes. Alright, well first and foremost, just double check, yeah, cool. We're gonna move here first.
This one is
kind
prone.
of on the rock.
You do have advantage.
And it's prone. Okay. Yeah, he'll go for sort of like getting down into horse stance with a hard cross for this one. So here we go.
You have advantage!
So you have advantage, which
Yeah.
is good. Yeah,
Wow.
There we go.
Duality of
We will
man.
take that.
God fucking damn it.
Okay, so that's a 16 total.
16 damage, yes.
Okay. So it's starting to
How's this thing moving?
look not very good. It's hanging
Cool.
on a little bit, but it's almost at its end as you like dash one of its legs and punch it into the rock, and the leg like scatters apart.
Okay, and here we go.
Flurry of blows. The 20 does hit.
Gotta love monks.
No, you don't.
Okay, another 10
And-
damage. It is now barely hanging on. You do one really rough punch into its skull, and it's like you see part of it cave in, but it's still kind of snarling at you. Okay, anything else?
Okay. I think that might be it, but let me just double check real quick.
Okay.
Yep, I think that's it. So he'll just kind of get ready to dispatch this thing.
Beautiful. Tustin.
Actually,
oh, go ahead.
He'll actually leave it to Wenya and the others. He'll, I guess, he'll provoke and move down here.
Okay, and
Finish this thing.
it is at disadvantage because it is prone.
Okay.
So
Go
that
ahead.
is a 10 to hit you.
Yeah.
It just
It does not hit.
you kind of smashed part of its jaw, and so as it bites, it like struggles to find purchase. Okay, Tustin,
Mhm.
with my almost dead baddies on deck.
All right.
How are you gonna get out of this one?
Well, we'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. I got this. All right.
Okay.
First step is the one that I've been attacking. That's also I think got shot with an arrow too. I'm gonna try to take that one down.
It did
so
not
we'll
get
do
shot
that
with an
first.
arrow. She focused down on some of the
She
upper
focused
ones.
the other one.
Mhm.
Okay, I didn't hear that part. All right. So the one I hit previously, I will attack again.
Okay. Okay.
We'll do that. 22 to hit.
Yep. Definitely.
All right. And because of my raucous audacity, I do not need to have advantage on the attack to land my sneak attack. So that's a total of 13 damage there.
Beautiful.
Additionally, against that one, I don't provoke attacks of opportunity when I move away.
Mm-hmm.
However, I would still from this lower one, so he's more than capable of doing that. But as a parting word, as the rapier's kind of pushed into it, you'll see him twist it and send a little like blue-silver bit of spell energy, and he will activate his weapon's ability, and I'll pop a charge and cast Vicious Mockery as I'm like, hurt, didn't it? So he needs to make a DC 17
Love.
saving throw.
Wisdom.
Yeah, it's for Vicious
That's
Mockery.
a 3.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, give me that vicious mockery.
So it's going to be a total of 5 psychic damage.
Okay, and he now has disadvantage on his next attack.
Now,
The one
with
that you just stabbed, correct?
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
This one. The one with the pink dot, yeah.
Mhm.
Now, the one that's moved up to me, I've used my action so far. I am going to... Let's see. I'm going to use my cunning action to disengage, and then I am going to advance in reverse. Some may call that a retreat. I don't. So I will then back up from this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Beautiful.
6.
You are able to disengage successfully. Okay.
That's my turn.
This baddie is going to stand up from prone, and as a last-ditch effort is going to open its maw and breathe on you, Wenya, so a dexterity saving throw. And... yeah, this one's gonna give chase.
That is a 23.
Oh, yeah, you're fine. I mean, you definitely make it. So, you take...
So,
Oh.
I was looking at the UA that the College of Dance comes from.
Mm-hmm.
I have leading evasion.
Oh!
So I take half damage when I would take full damage, and I take no damage when I would take half
okay.
damage.
Sounds good. So take no damage from this, and then I will give you, let's do, like, 15 hit points back, because I think that was about your first one.
13.
13? Okay, so go. Did you save? You did?
I saved on this one. I did not save in the other one, so I took the 13.
Okay.
So I took the full 26 and I put the 13 back.
Perfect. Love. I appreciate that you know that, because I did not remember. Cool. Sounds good. So that expends that for this guy. Although I have a sneaking suspicion he's going to be dead before he can use it again. Let's see if this one gets its cold breath back. He does not, so he's just going to attack you, Tustin. These things are wicked fast, but as he rushes forward, you've kind of snapped part of the sinew that like held his jaw together, and he cannot like get purchase on your leather armored leg, even though he's trying real hard because he rolled an 11 to hit. That is all of those guys that are alive. Brennar is going to take the advantage and just go for the attack. Boop. Boop. And yeah, he's just laying into this creature. Let me just double check something quickly. Yeah. I made one character easy for myself. Okay, so he's going to wail away at this one that's taken damage. The first one does get sneak attack, unfortunately, because I rolled way better at the other ones. So that is 13 damage, another 8 damage, and another 6 plus 7 fire damage. Okay. And this one in between you, Leaf, is not looking very good after that. You actually smell burnt flesh. Okay, Lear.
Lear is going to make sure he comes back down here, make sure he's got ample vision of everything. And he's going to just attack this one down here with his new cantrip, Sorcery Blast.
Beautiful.
25.
That definitely hits.
Let me just read. Okay. I can roll damage and make it acid damage.
Okay.
I don't know why I rolled that many.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, so it's just the 6 acid damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
No, but... Well, technically it's 2d6, because, you know, cantrip.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and roll another d6 for me then. Oh, no, it did roll. It rolled 2d8.
Yeah, I get to choose the element. 2d8.
Okay, so it did roll 2d8, it looks like. It rolled a 5 and a 1.
Yeah, and if any of them would have been an 8 on the dice, I could have rolled an additional 8.
Ooh. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's pretty neat.
Bonus action or anything else?
Bonus action, who's looking to hurt?
Who's looking the most hurt? I think
Scale of
Brennar's
what?
tanked quite a bit, but he's not looking too bad yet. Lyra took 1 hit. She's not looking too bad yet. Alara's in a tree. I don't know what the rest of you guys look like.
I think Tustin would be the worst right now.
Tustin's running around and there's frost and acid and bits of his clothes burning off. So.
Yeah, on a scale of
poison.
1 to 81, I feel like a 68, so I'm doing pretty good.
Nah, I'm a hit, Dustin. So sadly,
Who's doing the worst? I'm gonna hit them.
sadly, it's gonna have to be with a 3rd level healing word. Get 14.
Pretty good.
Pretty good indeed. Anyway, that's my turn.
Okay. Okay, that's pretty cool. So it is... she's not very much set up for success there. She's going to... she's gonna rush over here. And... Oh, no, she can't quite make it over there. So sorry.
Tiny legs.
Well, she can go 40 feet. She actually is wicked fast. She'll go here and attack this creature with a booming blade.
Gotta love it.
Yup. And then, oh no, she misses! That does hit, though. And... yeah, she's going to offhand attack as well.
Oof.
Oh, girl, she's rolling horribly. And then she will dance away because she is now concerned and is going to go kind of over here. And does not get hit because of mobile. Okay, so Alara in the tree sees you struggling, Tustin, and there's just like an arrow that
I'm fine. I'm good.
that
Don't
sings
worry about
by. She will sharpshooter this. Okay.
Jesus.
So this thing is definitely dead. So there's like one arrow that goes straight through its eye, and it's just like a burst of like radiant and fire damage. And whew, boy howdy, did she kill this thing.
So good.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. And she will sharpshooter the next one, and she's going to shoot the probably one who's going to come after you pretty quickly here. And does not get her sneak attack on there. So that's going to be 36. And this one had been undamaged and is now looking like it's close to half from that one strike.
Undamaged?
Don't piss her off. Got it.
Oh, I didn't check my crits. Because she has advantage because she's invisible. Holy shit!
Well, damn!
Well, too
I
bad
didn't check my crit.
that was on the first one.
It's definitely
It's
100%
definitely
dead, for
100% dead, for sure, Z's.
I mean, I would have never minded.
sure.
I'm gonna follow my rules. Even though she's badass. Okay, Okay, this one, Leaf is going to... Actually, they're both gonna bite down on Brennar because that's the only way that they get their... attacks. Oh no, one crit! Brennar. That sucks for you, dude. Okay, so that's a total of 24 piercing damage to Brennar, and he's starting to not look too hot. But he does save from being knocked prone. He's just tanking these hits. This one's going to chase the little thing that gave him a problem. And yeah, he's gonna breathe onto the two of you, Wenya and Lyra. So both of you roll dexterity saving throws. She just saved.
24.
Okay, you take no damage. She takes half because she just saved. So she's going to take a 8 plus 2. So 10 damage total. Okay. And then this one is going to... Yeah. He... How smart are these guys? Hold on. They're not very smart. He's gonna chase what he can smell. So, Tustin, that is a... 9.
Nice.
Think you're pretty good there. You've gotten real lucky, dude.
I'm just saying, I got a 16 armor class and I'm using cover, so
Yep,
these guys can not hit me. That'd be great.
Okay, Perilyn, what can I do for you?
Well then, I'm gonna go and move down by this little one. Yeah, this may sound crazy, but I'm gonna whack it.
Whack.
Whack.
Charles, shut up! I can hear you.
No, I didn't. I was actually thinking about what I'm going to do.
Over there about me whacking it.
I actually wasn't even thinking about that, but okay.
I've never thought about that.
I don't want to think about you whacking it, honestly.
Okay,
doing
anyway. Okay, so 10 bludgeoning damage as you sink your staff into its right shoulder blade. Carry on.
I'm gonna be risky here and hold off on the extra psychic damage for the case.
Okay.
Go for a second strike.
Cool.
Nah, it wasn't worth it. I'll add out of this one.
Okay.
I'm missing a 23.
23 definitely hits for 7 total damage.
And shit, I didn't think about bonus action. Fuck it, I'll end my turn.
Okay. Wenya, what are you doing?
Okay. So you see him bring his hands together and those paws come out again from his Eldritch Claw tattoo.
Mhm.
He sinks them into the ground as I cast. Hold. Where is it?
Love the imagery.
Earthbinding
Oh,
Shackle
Okay.
as 2 trees pop up on either side of this creature
Cool.
and begin wrapping vines around it.
Strength saving throw?
Yes.
What's your DC?
How do I... 15.
Oh, I just missed. I was like kind of hoping. Okay, 14. Yep.
Yay.
Okay,
And
so
then I'm going...
it is on a success. They're freed. If they fail it, oh, restrained. They are now restrained. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and if they fail restraint for 3 attempts in a row, they're petrified.
Okay,
And if they die while petrified, they are indefinitely petrified.
that's dope. Okay,
It's my bonus action. I'm going to give... What is her name? The halfling. Lyra.
Lyra.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
I'm going to give Lyra inspiration and use my... Where is it? Agile Strike feature.
Okay.
When you give inspiration as part of an action, bonus action, or reaction, you can make an unarmed strike as a part of that bonus action, reaction, or...
Love.
And I'm punching the fuck out of this dude.
Okay, punch it.
It's 15.
Yeah,
So didn't hit as hard as I was hoping, but
it still hits.
8 bludgeoning.
Okay, how do you punch the fuck out of this dude dead?
Try to cave the front of the skull in between the eyes.
Love it. That's absolutely what you do. It was already like half of its skull was caved in as Leaf had left it for you. And Lyra hears your... How do you inspire her? Are you a talk inspirer, or are you more of just like a do inspirer? What does it look like?
Don't worry, you've got this. And she said that she was kind of apprehensive,
Yeah.
running away.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, you can do this.
All right. And she actually turns her head and watches, and you see her kind of taking stock of your movements, and she moves very similarly to you when she's in Blade Song, and so she seems to like take a little bit of encouragement from that as well. Okay, anything else? Any movement?
Let me see how far 30 feet is. Yep, I am... Whoop!
You are free to move about the cabin. Okay, Leaf with Tustin on deck.
I hit things. Hopefully, pretty hard.
Hopefully, very hard.
All right. 28.
Yeah.
And then same thing. It's a manifest blow to start, so starts with 12.
Okay, how do you want to
Except
kill
for
this
time,
thing?
actually, so he actually goes in for a tiger claw, and it's slashing damage, like cutting this thing up.
Okay, and you actually reach in and you sever just like one vine, and the whole thing just falls apart at your feet. You got like the main artery there.
You
Okay.
just have to hit one vine, guys. We've been doing this
Yeah,
wrong the
you're
whole
just-
time.
Do it for the bond.
Guys, we were supposed to aim for the glowing eyeball.
I mean, if
There's
we're doing
weak
it for the
points?
vine,
A highlighted vine
combat
in the
is
middle
6
there.
6
The only one
seconds.
that's a different color. Okay.
Yeah, come on. I've been playing Resident Evil, guys.
He's gonna dash over. I say dash, not really, not literally, but and go after this one next.
Okay, go for it. 17 does hit.
17 for 13 this time. Sidekick right into probably like one of its legs.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Just run up and kick his leg out from under it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Fucking
And-
rude.
Bonus action or anything?
Bonus action, flurry of blows, classic.
Play it.
All
Roll
right.
that flurry.
7 for 12,
Okay.
and then one more,
20.
20 for 11,
Lovely.
except for we're going to
Halfway to
do one other thing.
Okay, okay.
We are going to use, I believe it's mutable strike. Let me just maximize this so I can actually read this properly. Nope, not mutable strike. It's nowhere to go. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. I'm going to use the Forged Heart, and it's going to, for a key point, it's going to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
On a failed save, the creature takes 2d6 additional damage and is pushed 15 feet away.
I rolled a 6.
On a full, yeah, it fails. So that's going to be 2d6.
Lay it on me. I will let you choose what direction you shove this thing.
And, well,
Nice.
for an additional 11. And we'll just send this thing flying over. Yeah, I'm trying to move it. I'm in DM mode. Okay.
You're trying to.
Probably.
I love
over
that.
Yonder.
Okay. Okay, cool. You send it flying right next to Pearlin.
Yep. And then I'll have Leaf catch up to this thing. But
Love,
sent
love,
it flying, and then gotta double check. I don't think it goes prone or anything like that. Nope,
What's it from?
gets that. So it gets pushed, and then he rushes up to meet it again.
Alrighty.
And if I- it's 4 attacks. So
Yeah, you did
That's
quite
a
a bit of damage considering the fact that it was at full health. And now it's not looking too hot. Alright.
happy to be of service.
Yeah. Okay, Tustin.
Alright, so this thing's running after me, snarling, snapping jaws, I'm assuming, right? It's not not doing the best. So Tustin, was quite literally like, oh shit, I gotta get out of here, and then boom, just arrows tear that one up.
Mhm.
He is like got like a little bit of wind of confidence, and he just like he's like, I got this, and he starts humming a song to himself. Like, and he's like, got my suit right here, and fixes his bow tie as he's like spin and turns, jaws snap, and he goes, hold on, looks at the thing, and he uses his movement action to kind of get around to this side, and then there is first action is a bonus action bardic inspiration, and I will use my where is it, unsettling words,
Okay.
and I'll just be like, I'ma leave it on the, and I'll snap, and then it's just gonna be bardic inspiration die must subtract the number rolled from the next saving throw it makes before the start of my next turn. So
Okay.
let me roll my bardic inspiration die. It's gonna subtract 3 from its roll, and then I'm going to just kind of as I'm straightening the tie and snap, hypnotic pattern right in its face as it's going to hopefully stay still. So it needs to give me DC 17
Intelligence?
which saving throw is
Or wisdom?
wisdom saving throw.
Okay, minus 3.
-3. Yep.
I got a 2.
He's so patterned. And then okay, so that's my move and my, all my actions. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's quite literally 30 feet. So yeah, at the end of the whole thing, he just turns around and looks at the rest of everybody. He's like, that one's not going. Oh shit, there's a lot of these things. That's my turn.
Love it. You see like 6 dead carcasses though.
I helped. I
You
don't
did.
know.
You did. Brennar is going to come over here so he can get some flanking. That was a beautiful, absolutely beautiful moves, by the way. Boop, boop. Oh, that's a crit. We will
Nice.
keep the sneak attack on there. So that's going to be a... hold on, let me check their AC. The last one does just hit. Okay. So that's a total of 16... My brain just short-circuited. 25. We'll do these separately.
37.
Then
2,
another
61.
8, and then another 9. Yeah, he just kills this thing. As just scimitars come moving so quickly, slashing down, and he kind of like watched what you were doing, Leaf, and starts to sever specific vines. And so it's less of him cutting this carcass apart and a lot more of just being very purposeful with his cuts. Okay.
Dang it, I wanted to see a statue.
And then I'm so sorry. And then
I know, I understand. I'm picking.
he's gonna move here, and it is your turn, Lear. Archie, if you're talking, you're muted. I just saw.
Yeah, been there.
That was beautiful. I love the fact that I knew what was happening in Archie land. Okay. Don't be mad at me. It was funny. Okay. 18 on this one right here.
18. Yep.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna make it. Oh, actually, I can make it thunder. I'm gonna make this one thunder.
Okay.
Was any of them an 8? Yes, there was. One of them was an 8, and I can keep doing that for as long as as long as I keep rolling
Okay.
8s.
You only rolled 1d8 thunder, so you can roll an. Oh my gosh.
So
I can
that's
roll
6.
another 8.
Okay. So you technically get to roll an additional one
20.
more d8 after this.
Mm-hmm.
Up until-
2 8s.
oh. Up and no, I can add an
No.
additional D8 for each D8 I roll.
Archie, but you didn't
It
roll.
only rolled once.
You only rolled 1d8 at the beginning for the thunder damage. So roll me one more d8 for the beginning.
One more D8.
Yeah, just roll me one more d8. Trust me.
Okay.
Get another 8. Dang it.
Dang it! Okay, this thing is barely hanging on. But it's still up as your thunderous burst echoes throughout the clearing. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Lyra actually like dances forward and she catches the thunder damage that you did and casts a booming blade on it as she dances around here.
Everything's dead.
Yeah, this thing is very fucking dead. It was only at 7. And then is gonna go over here and go, just the last one! Take it out, Alara! And Alara's going to do what she does best, and she goes, beautiful job, Tustin, I'm sorry, I'm killing it!
He's putting on sunglasses at this point because he doesn't want to look at the explosion of shit that's gonna happen behind him.
Yeah, and I did sharpshooter this, so this is an additional 10, I just didn't want to click it. So that's 16, 26, 36. And yeah, this thing fucking it had actually 35 health left. This thing just explodes behind you as, yeah, that's exactly what happens. And it's a beat, a moment. And silence enters the clearing. It seems that you have handled all of these things. And I think with that, that is a really great place. We're going to take a super quick break. We're going to take about 10-ish minutes, and then we will continue on with the session. So sit back, relax, stand up, get a drink, and we'll see you all soon. And we are back. So the group has been traveling north looking for the entrance to this mysterious final resting place of the bandit Naku. And were ambushed along the way by a bunch of creepy looking wolves who are barely being held together, who are spitting both cold and poison. You managed to defeat them all, although taking a couple hits along the way. Your companions assisting you. And we are back in the clearing as everything seems to be settling. And these creatures are kind of like dissipating in these weird puddles of goo and bone. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go up to. Oh, go ahead, Joey.
Leaf would you'd see this grin sort of slip off his face as he looks around. He's like, I guess there aren't any more of them. And he sort of falters back to his usual stoic self. Wretched abominations, be returned to the natural order, or something, I guess. I'm sort of nervously.
I'm gonna go up to Brennar, and I'm gonna pump 20 points of my lay on hands into him.
Thank you.
Thank you for. I'm just gonna do my regular voice. I can't get the accent right. Thank you for holding off those two as long as you did.
He just kind of nods at you. Tustin, you see two boot imprints right next to you.
I'm like, you're a pretty dang good shot. I'm quite impressed.
And the invisibility fades away and you see her grinning. Yeah, I am.
And I'll just kind of be like, look down at my feet and like kick the dirt a little bit, like, and thanks for taking that one out. It was gonna eat me. I'm pretty sure it was gonna eat me.
Yeah, I hate to say it. I mean, you definitely seem to have tricks up your sleeve, but maybe being in between the jaws of a wolf isn't the best place for you.
Or maybe it is. I didn't come out without a good story from this, so I mean, in my line of work, that's been good.
I guess
I got a few good hits in.
You did. You did.
Have you ever encountered things like this before? He'll sort of interrupt a little bit.
That's okay.
Like, what are these? Yeah.
She kind of walks forward and just like puts a subtle hand on Lyra's shoulder, and you actually watch as some healing magic passes between the two. Yeah, let's just do this just in case. But some healing magic passes between the two of them. I haven't encountered them per se. I've been here quite a few times, but not in the last year or so. And I haven't seen creatures like these before. It's really unsettling, actually.
They kind of look dead.
They do. They do kind of look dead.
Oh,
But like the...
Something I forgot to ask.
Yeah.
No is okay, but since Leaf can see into the ethereal plane up to 10 feet, did he notice anything around them? Like,
you noticed that these were heavily magicked creatures. You wouldn't get like a school of magic or anything like that, but there was just like a subtle, kind of dark teal blue layer around them. Like that's how kind of like the magic was manifesting.
I'll say an odd color for an undead plant wolf thing. Teal, wouldn't you say? Just saying it out loud to people.
Yeah, like, I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah, I didn't
Pretty weird.
see teal. Okay. But I haven't seen creatures like these before.
Go on now.
They kind of... Oh, I made her disappear. How did I make her disappear? What the heck? She suddenly, like, just blipped into the... She went to the ethereal plane in your moment there.
Oh. I see.
That was odd. So it was very odd just in the... Yeah, that's something that you notice, and you've seen undead creatures before, and you've seen, like, the aura around live creatures before, and they've never had anything like this, Leaf. I will also tell you that. Alara kind of, like, pokes at it. It's odd. These were kind of held together by plant matter, but also it's like a dark plant matter. These plants have been long dead, it looks like.
Hmm.
And you said you've never seen these before.
No.
I'll look to everybody and be like, what kind of... Like, looks like they... Does it look like they may have been created? Or does this look like some weird natural thing? Like some...
Are you asking me, or are you asking the group?
This is the group. Well, I
Yeah.
guess this would be to you, and then it would form my question. So,
You can roll a... Those who would like to rack their brains may roll, depending on what they want out of this, can roll either a nature, an arcana, a history, or I will also allow a medicine check.
mm, 14 for my nature check.
Okay.
You said any of us can do this?
Anybody can do this, because
Also,
he
it's-
posed the question out loud.
Okay.
What do you-
It should
History.
be 13, not 14.
Okay.
Well,
Toggle that up.
DM,
Yes.
with my history with creating things like, well, not history, but knowledge of creating things.
Depending on the role you choose, I may or may not give you advantage. What are you proposing for yourself?
Investigation, like any specific markings, signets, runes, engravings, things like that.
Okay, I'll allow that, and you can roll with advantage for that because you know what to look for. Okay, I'm going to resolve my my history checks first. So those who rolled history were Lyra, Leaf, and Lyra and Wenya. Lyra does not know. She's kind of like, haven't heard about these things in these parts before, nor in anything that I've read. Wenya, the area that you come from borders the southern most country whose name is escaping me right now. Hold on one second. Blanking. Pause for the cause. Menominee, which you know has a lot of Feywild influence. And something just prickles in the back of your head of like, it didn't bling undead, yet these look like undead creatures, right?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't bling celestial. They didn't bling your other one. Something that you can't detect are fey creatures. And so you would maybe deduce that they have some sort of fey influence.
Okay.
Let me finish resolving things before you guys have a question, because you were all simultaneously doing this. So with my nature checks, I got a 14 from Tustin and a 15 from Perlin. Both of you kind of come to the same conclusion that these things are not natural. It looks like they were some sort of direwolf bodies. They were definitely not created or like summoned. but they were some sort of direwolf bodies that were taken over and repurposed, and that the thing that was holding them together was the vines. Yeah, I'll give you that much. Leaf, you would also come to that conclusion as well with the medicine check. As well as that, the poison was not natural to their bodies. I also will give Perlin, because you rolled the 15, that you recognize these creatures, what they used to be were winter wolves, so it's a little weird that they're down here this far. And then, Lear, with your investigation, what languages do you speak?
Let's see. Common and Elvish.
Okay. So, you're kind of looking through one of their bodies, and you don't notice any markings per se, or things that you're kind of looking for, but you do recognize, roll me also an Arcana check, to kind of just go along
Arcana.
with this. Yeah,
Okay.
straight roll though.
Not so natural 20.
Okay, so you don't see any physical markings, but as you're going, you kind of feel the aura, the magical aura that Leaf was talking about, and you run your finger over one part right at the back of the skull, and just a glow of a rune pops up. And it's not a rune that you've seen before.
Right, oh,
Go ahead.
are you done with everything?
Yeah, go ahead. Are you...
I was gonna... Yeah, I was just gonna basically snap, whistle, whatever the hell, get sparkles to get the ADHD wizard's attention.
What? What? Me?
Magic rune. Here, skull.
I can't read that.
What?
I can't read that.
I can't read.
It's not in any language I
Joke's on
know.
you.
And I mean, I could sit here and wait 11 minutes for myself to be able to comprehend languages, but I don't know how much longer that's going to last before it dissolves. Perlin, you get very distracted by the sparkles, and you look over and you also look at this rune. And you understand it. It's Sylvan.
Oh, Lord.
And you don't quite understand what it means, per se. It's not something that you've seen used before. But it's kind of like a Sylvan term that means essentially dark magic to kill.
Mhm.
So it's
It seems like some kind of kill spell or something to do with killing. Oh, you're all okay over there, dear?
I'm sorry, Nick. What did you say? You're kind of quiet.
Damn it.
No, you're good.
I mean, you're all okay over there, Lear. It looks like, I mean, I can't see that well, and I don't recognize it that well, but it looks like something to do with killing and dark magic.
Well, they were certainly trying to kill.
It was probably their designation. Weird.
Hmm?
Weird.
It's very...
Well,
Well, what?
if we don't... Is there any more information you wish to gather here? Honestly, the weird shit happens. So, I don't want to brush it off, but if things continue to happen to us, we're not going to get there by nightfall.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm nervous about being not in a safe space as much. Especially with creatures like this hunting us. Let's get like an hour or so away, take a little bit of a lunch break, and then we can push on through the night. We'll probably be an hour and a half after sundown at this point.
Hmm.
Is there anything that you wish
Sounds
to
good.
do, or wish to double check as she's pushing you out of the clearing?
I'm good.
I personally would recommend that we don't go for any midnight hunting for whatever you deem we need, and just rely on whatever rations we brought with us for the time being.
All right, we can do that. Stick together.
As we're walking, Tussin will have a little notepad and he's writing stuff. He's gonna like walk up to Lear, and he's like, just quiet, just to him. This is the best he can. He's like, hey, can I run something by you real quick?
Very well.
You're the only other person I know who like. Anyway, he says, do you think her mastery more profound than I'd ever witnessed is too much? Or should I just go with, like, she's really good at archery? Should I, like, how buttered is this line supposed to be? And you can see he's definitely writing a whole ass poem.
Well, what's the context to the prior line? First off, don't ever just. I'm starting to connect him telepathically now. I understand what he's trying to do. First off, don't ever just go, she's very good at archery. That is a very blatant line, and if you want it for a poem, it is a very bad setup.
Yeah, he definitely looks at him. He's like, yeah, I know. I know. But yeah.
You're laying on a bit too thick here. I'd recommend swapping this word out for this word. And I'm going on, like...
Yeah.
I'm not looking at him, I'm looking forward, but I'm going like, hey, this is kind of like how it should flow. You want it to be a bit more subtle, but intuitive. So try using this word,
He takes notes on the composition of this said poem.
crossing things out, certain things
Lear,
then.
are you instructing him in the way of the more casual poetry that you've encountered, or are you instructing him in the way of the noble Escarosa family who is obsessed with art?
A bit of both. Like there's clearly artistic integrity in there from Escarosa training. However, I understand she's probably a bit more of the keep it casual type of person. So I'm trying to tone it down for him, but it's clear I'm bleeding it in.
Yeah, I think he asked you for like the more nicety stuff because his stuff is very, club scene. It's the more fun kind of less like serious stuff. So so you can tell he's taking notes and writing and rewriting and doing all sorts of stuff.
So clearly, you use this word. So this. Oh, and this line completely scrap it. I don't know if you've seen before, but she likes it when she's acknowledged for achievements rather than appearance. So scrap that entire line.
Okay, we'll circle back. I'll just circle that and be like scrap ? Underline. Yeah. So. Yep, that's it.
I love this.
What do you mean?
That wasn't to you, that was to Nick. You just scared the crap out of me. Okay. So for the sake of this, I will just let you know, you're not going to run into anything this evening with the way that things are going to go, so you don't need to worry about taking a short rest. The rest of your travel is relatively unscathed. You do start to see more and more frequently weird things, and you start to see more of these, like, death carcass piles. I don't know what else to call them. Where it looks a little like the creatures fell apart. And it's very creepy. But...
That's nasty.
Yeah, it's a little nasty. But... Oh, I did not mean to put that music on. That's not what I meant. Why is boss music playing?
I said relatively unscathed. Roll initiative, bitches.
Oh, that was the definition of why is the boss music playing.
Why is there just random health packs here?
Yeah. I
Why
found
would it
Save
be
point?
Look, a save point.
Beautiful. Okay. Damn it. That was awesome. Okay, so at roughly a little after dinner time, you guys stop for a moment. You do manage to take a short rest. You eat up and kind of take like a late lunch so that you can push through dusk. But a little after the typical dinner time, even though you have not eaten dinner yet, the sun is dipping over the mountain range as it travels to the west, and you come to a divot between two large hills that travel up into the mountain range. Alara leads you confidently forward, and you begin to wind through these hills. As you continue to climb, your legs burning. You're not seeing breath yet, even though it is kind of late autumn, and you can see that there is definitely snow on top of some of the higher up mountains. But you're not quite too cold. And you continue to climb through these areas and walk up this very long path. And there's no ins or outs any other way as you continue to walk through these two hills as they grow on either side of you. And after a little while, the grass begins to grow tall, about waist height. Actually, Lyra's like underneath it. She cannot see. And it begins to sway oddly as though it's underwater. And there's not a breeze right now, and it's also in between these two large hills, so you don't like, it's not gonna get like a ton of air. And so it's weird that this grass is moving like this. And after a good another 2 hours, a little bit after dusk, you start to see in front of you a sharp up incline, and then it looks like a smooth rock face. And it looks a little off. And she leads you into this kind of clearing right before this rock face, as the orange and reds dip into the sunset. Okay, we made good time. Made up a little bit of last time. So I think we can camp here for tonight. That's the door. And she points at the giant rock face.
The one that you can't cross?
You don't need to remind me, jerk.
Just making sure.
I never understood. If you can't cross it, why have you never like sent any of your companions across?
You see that Brennar actually looks like pissed. And Lyra goes, she didn't want us to go without her. It was too dangerous for the two of us to go alone.
You have an entire encampment.
Yeah, but when you get to things like these and weird magics, do you really trust bandits? They're just gonna be fodder. Unnecessary sacrifice. Who knows what we're gonna encounter in there? But one burst of random fey bullshit magic and they're gone. The lot of them.
So that's not gonna happen to us, right? Like random fey bullshit magic.
We've already experienced random fey bullshit.
Yeah, hopefully the only fey bullshit we encounter is the ones that are under our control.
Okay, just asking, cause yeah. Oof.
Lyra shrugs. I don't know, man, but like, if I were building a protective space for a gate to the Feywild that I didn't want anybody else to go through, I'm just saying.
Random fey bullshit go.
Oh, God. Well, at least we all know the rules about Fae, right? Don't need to go over any information.
You know,
Just
give them our
not.
exact names, our social security numbers.
Social security
yeah.
numbers are canon in this world now.
God damn it. Anyway, I connect to Tuscan's mind. They're meant to be very attractive. Don't do dumb shit again.
I can't reply, right?
No.
No.
I'll look at you and I'll say a woman's name and I'll be like, Yeah, I understand. I've gone down that road before.
Oh yeah.
I'll be
Remember-
like Clarissa or something, some weird and I'll be like, yo, no.
At this point,
Yeah.
you just keep a tally on all the women that you fall for.
Yeah.
Remember, we was trying to get you out there for 5 days.
Oh, I know. I remember. I still have the horrible nightmares of that place.
And don't forget the sirens either.
The screaming does not stop.
Alara is like looking at all of you with like deep concern on her face. You got trapped in a.
No, I willingly walked in. I thought it was going really well. Obviously,
Ironically,
didn't.
It was not.
Ironically, for somebody who can counter charm, he's not that good at charms.
We each have our own strengths. Mine's not that. So
Fair. I understand the Fae can be charming, and she winks.
he turns into a cherry red tomato and sinks into the earth.
Well, I think that we can set up camp here. And in the morning, I will send you into the place I cannot go.
We'll bring you back a souvenir. Anyway, I'm going to bed. I'm gonna go set up my own
we're
tent.
going in there for a big souvenir.
Mm-hmm.
That was the intent. Anyway, I'm setting up my own tent.
I'm popping tiny hut.
Just gonna sit by the fire for a little bit, continue to write, maybe have a few drinks, and then tiny hit it up.
Okay. You all come to an evening's rest. You have a watch system going, I'm going to assume. It's weird. Your dreams are odd. And the worst part is that when you wake from them, and you wake from them several times throughout the night, you have a grasp of something that you cannot understand, and then it fades, like petals on the wind. You just are left with a deep uneasiness or a deep longing. Whatever emotion you were feeling, amplify it.
Oh boy.
1 time, 2 times, the 3rd. You continue your watches, a little unsettled, barely remembering what you dreamed about. This place is odd. One of you, probably Paralyn, you'll notice this because you're a little bit more perceptive. You notice throughout one of your watches, you actually watch as a whole little baby grove of phosphorus mushrooms pop up, and then they die, almost like 20 minutes later. It seems that time moved quicker there, for just a moment. And then, Tustin, you're also very perceptive. And actually, this is cute. Both you and Alara are on the same watch together, I'm gonna say. You somehow managed that. And
sounds like something Tussin would do.
Absolutely it does. And she actually, makes a weird face, and you notice her face before you notice what's happening, I assume. And you, watch where she's looking, and you watch as you see, a kind of larger turtle that you would assume moves rather slowly, and it's fucking booking it, it has the haste spell cast on it.
Oh.
Huh.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Fast forest turtles, I guess. What is that?
I don't know. Things have always been weird here. Very weird. But I've never seen that before.
Can't say I've ever seen a turtle move that quick.
And you, kind of finish that thought, and then it moves at half speed back.
He's like, am I awake? He's pinching himself, splashes some water on his face.
She's like, Yep, I see that too.
Nice.
Nice.
What was in that? What was in the dinner? Like, did we?
No.
Somebody drop some mushrooms in there or something?
I
Like,
don't.
What happened?
No, that's not this. Also, I'm a little offended that you think that anything that I would cook would poison you. I know what I'm doing.
You could poison me if you want to. That's okay, I guess.
Connect into his head.
You're
That's a bad
fully
move.
clear.
That's a bad move.
You're
That's a bad move.
fully-
Take
Go
it
to
back.
sleep. Go to fuck to sleep. Go to bed. Don't
You're
ruin
saying
it.
this out loud, by the way.
Absolutely.
She starts cracking up a little.
Like, shut the fuck up.
She starts
He looks
cracking up a
deranged.
little bit. And like, yeah, I get it. I picked up that he talks in your head.
I mage hand one of the tent poles or like the spikes holding his tent in. I just pull it up just so it falls in, just a smidge, and I'll be like, continue. I'm sorry.
No, you were the one saying that I could poison you.
a little bit is okay, not the whole thing. Like, I mean, that would be weird, right?
So you don't want me to kill you?
Not particularly. I would be weird. I mean, be kind of counterproductive for me going in there and getting the, the stuff. That would be really rough. Yeah,
I could.
that's terrifying. You're very intense.
I'm aroused.
It's okay. I won't.
This time.
But no,
I will.
the food was not. Did you say that to his head or hers?
His head
Okay.
for the tent.
But I don't think that was the food. I think that's just the area. I've noticed things here and there, like the flowers growing backward or things aging faster or slower, but not like this before. That's odd.
I've only read about like enchanted forests and things like that. I've never been in one. I didn't think there was one this close.
This one hasn't been like this before. So I think the magic's leaking.
Well, we better get in there.
Probably the proximity of a very powerful Fey artifact.
He nods and he's kind of like, this keeps sounding way more dangerous every single second.
Yeah. Which makes me more scared about the fact that Eirwin had this, and that he wants it back.
Yeah, I think we're doing the right thing keeping it from him, at the very least.
I agree. I agree.
He'll kind of, taking in the gravity of the situation, he'll just be like, well, I think watch is almost over, right?
Yeah.
Cool. We'll be heading out pretty early in the morning, so I should go get some rest.
Yes, you should.
And he'll just kind of like knock on the wood next to whatever stump or whatever he's sitting on, and he'll be like, I'll go wake up the next ones.
All
Have a
right.
good night.
You too. She's like grinning. You can tell that she thinks it's funny that you're so flustered.
It's fun to play that flustered too. It's fun. He's going to oops, accidentally there's a little folded note on the table. And then he'll
Is
go
it the
wake up
poem?
the next person. It's the poem. And I actually wrote it too. So
Oh!
Oh.
Can we do a
That you
little...
don't say it and don't share.
Oh, we all did that.
I think that we
Is
should do a little flash-in on her reading this.
Do
she
it.
does read it?
Yeah,
Nice.
she
Okay,
absolutely
so-
reads it right away.
Come on,
okay.
post it.
Okay.
So you want me to
No,
post
no,
it?
no,
I
read
can
it.
read it. I'll read it.
I think
I'll
you
do
should
both.
read it and have it, because
I'll
like she's
do
gonna
both.
hear it in your voice.
That's right. All right. So, So he wrote this. This is over the course of a couple days of stuff. There's some revisions and things like that. But it starts off. It says, "I watch her blend with ancient trees. Alara, daughter of the wildwood soul. The forest seems to yield to her presence. Leaves whispers her name, a secret only they know. I still hear the wolves' savage howls, their feral fury as they closed in on us. Yet she remained unseen, a shadow in the canopy. Her bow drawn tight, every arrow a whisper of death. Her movements were silent, graceful as mists, her form melding with the branches above. And I, struggling, grasping for life, could only marvel at how she struck with unerring precision. She became the storm, the quiet tempest of the forest, her eyes blazing through the leaves, her mastery more profound than I'd ever witnessed." Which is the line I was asking about. Even the wolves seemed to sense her power, their snarls faltering as they fell one by one, as if the very trees had risen to shield her. Now, as she stands calm and radiant, I can still feel the echoes of that battle. I am alive because of her. In awe of a skill so elusive and exact, captivated by the woman who fights with a bow and a shadow, leaving wonder and silence in her wake. And that's what I had left.
Beautiful.
And I'll post it too, so you guys can do that.
Oh, that's so cute. You don't get to see her reaction to this as you are waking up the others, but she folds the note and tucks it into her corset and kind of smiles a little bit, and the audience here just sees a little bit of a blush and appreciation on her face.
Perfect.
Keeping it close to her heart.
Yes.
Exactly. You all finish an evening's rest. And I think with that, as you wake in the morning, having a very good breakfast that's prepared relatively early as the sun's rising, preparing yourselves for what may come next as you enter this space that houses the artifact and the gate to the Feywild. And I think that's where we're going to end for tonight. So, yeah, that was awesome. Really, really appreciated that, guys. That was a beautiful way to end the session. Alrighty, well, if you're with us on Twitch, stick around. We're going to say goodbye to our friends on YouTube and then chat for a little bit longer. If you are with us on YouTube, thank you for enjoying session 4. I hope you had a great time, and next time we will see what happens when our adventurers head on into this dungeon, per se, and what they will discover there. So, thank you guys. Leave a like, subscribe, and we'll catch you all in the next one.